Guan Simtan says, enough politics, please. I mean, I honestly wish that when we had to discuss, the internet or net neutrality or moderation of comments on internet platforms, I wish that wasn't a political topic. I wish that the right and left and center and every possible political affiliation had the common sense to reach a common understanding about these things. It's not tech people that politicized this stuff. It's political people that politicized very obvious tech solutions to tech problems in many cases. And that leads us perfectly, actually, into our next topic. So the president
you
of
need the lift?
Sorry?
Sorry.
Oh. The president of the United States signed an executive order targeting some of the protections that exist for social media companies and really any website that relies on user-generated content. And this is something that affects me and Luke directly through the Linus Tech Tips forum and through Floatplane. So basically, it seems to be in response to a recent moderation action on the president's Twitter feed where fact-check warnings were applied to some tweets about mail-in voting. And then there was actually another one today where a tweet that seemed to suggest that riots would be met with lethal force was hidden as one that contains inappropriate content for the platform that would normally be taken down, but was left up because it was in the account of a political figure. So Twitter does have a special carve out for political figures where they will leave things that would be taken down for anyone else because they are considered to be important information, even if they are against Twitter's policies. So this comes after years of complaining that social media was targeting conservative voices. The new executive order is hoping to address this. Let's talk a little bit about what this might mean. So basically what they're going after is the protections that exist for online platforms to not be responsible for the information that is posted on their platform. So the argument being made here is that, okay, Twitter, if you're going to editorialize, then you should be a publisher rather than a platform. It is a fascinating debate and one that is honestly best left to the legal scholars. But I can tell you right now what the implications are for users of platforms like YouTube, Twitter, Floatplane, Facebook, etc., if you make these platforms responsible for everything that's posted on them, which is effectively what would happen if they were switched to being publishers. So basically what's being done is a line in the sand is being drawn. Either you guys can edit nothing and we can just leave misinformation about, miracle COVID cures. We can just leave everything there, or you can try to, in some cases, you know what, I'm not even going to weigh in on this case. In some cases, protect your users from that kind of dangerous misinformation, and you can end up responsible for everything that's posted on your platform. So what will happen is small upstarts, something like a Floatplane that doesn't have the resources to police every post that is posted. Imagine if I told you tomorrow, Luke, you guys have to build effectively a comment moderation AI that's going to make sure that nothing that we could be held legally liable for is posted on the platform. You'd basically tell me to go take a long walk off a short pier, I think.
Shut her down. There's stuff that isn't that hard. Word filtering is not that hard. And what we could potentially do in that scenario is just word filter to the end of the earth and just word filter everything, basically. Yep. So that you could basically only say good video, thumbs up. And that's all that's allowed on the platform.
Yep.
But to properly filter all this stuff, you can see the amount of work that Google and Facebook put into it. It's wildly difficult.
And it's more than just misinformation. There's things like hate speech that could contain lots of words that are fine, but a message that's not okay. Order.
Yeah, and that's extremely difficult to detect. And they often work on that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole, but it like a bunch of people in Twitch are posting good video, thumbs up.
Thanks.
But yeah, I don't want to do that. Luckily, Floatplane is a pay access platform, so the comment sections are often fantastic.
Yeah, it makes our lives a lot easier.
We like automatically don't have this type of issue, which is great. Thumbs up. But yeah,
Sprite XP brings up another great point, because this is another potential outcome here is they say, well, how would this executive order help? Wouldn't Twitter just ban Trump completely then? Well, yeah. Well, that's exactly what you'd have to do. Any user who has the potential to cause problem for you, you would have to completely get rid of them. Like that would, if there were to actually be some kind of law drawn up around this, you would have to include some kind of provision where you have enough time to react to something that is reported and get rid of the user. Luke is gone. It would be great if we had Luke back sometime soon. He just disappeared while we were in the middle there, you know. Good stream, Luke. Thumbs up. Thanks. Maybe what I'll do is just... Oh, hey, he's back, but we don't have video yet. So I'm going to... Just hold on a second, Luke. I'm going to go through a couple more little things here. It's funny that you mentioned the effort that Facebook's putting into this stuff, because Twitter came out and said that the company will, and this is a quote, continue to point out incorrect or disputed information about elections globally, and that this does not make Twitter an arbiter of truth, as they've been accused of being, going on to say that the intention is to connect the dots of conflicting statements and show that information in the dispute, or show the information that's in dispute so people can judge for themselves. I think that's a pretty fair approach to it. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg said Facebook's approach is different than Twitter's. He stated, I just believe strongly that Facebook shouldn't be the arbiter of truth of everything that people say online, which is basically, as far as I can tell, Facebook's way of saying, we would really like to take political advertising money from everyone. We are an equal opportunity sucker of money from all entities, and we just don't ultimately give a crap. So thanks for that, Facebook. Love it.